They look ordinary. They jingle in pockets, roll across counters, and vanish into drawers. But some of these humble United States nickels are hiding a secret worth more than a lifetime of paychecks. In today's video, we're opening a vault of American history, and you're not just going to see coins, you're going to feel the thrill of discovery. Because these aren't just any coins, these are the 7 most valuable Monticello 5 cents ever found. Each one tells a story of mystery, minting errors, forgotten treasure, and pure heart-stopping luck. Some were picked out of circulation. Others lay hidden in dusty collections for decades. And the moment they were revealed, the world of collectors went absolutely wild. You think a nickel is worth 5 cents. After this video, you will never look at one the same way again. So tighten your grip, keep your eyes locked, because the next few minutes might just change the way you see money forever. And don't blink, because one of these coins, yes, one of these very coins, could be hiding right now in someone's ordinary jar of change. Welcome to Secret of US Coins. Let's uncover the first hidden fortune, the 1954 D. Monticello 5 cents. Coin number 1. It was 1954. Dwight Eisenhower was president. Elvis was about to change music forever, and deep within the Denver Mint, something quietly extraordinary was being born. A small copper nickel coin, the Monticello 5 cents, bearing a D mint mark just beneath its shining dome. To the untrained eye, it looked like every other nickel, smooth, silvery, unassuming. But hidden in the precision of its minting, in the subtleties of its composition, lay the spark of rarity that would one day make it a legend among collectors. See, this coin carries Thomas Jefferson's dignified profile on the obverse, etched with the motto, "In God We Trust," and Liberty 1954. On the reverse, the proud architecture of Monticello, Jefferson's home, the symbol of American intellect and independence, gleams like a miniature monument to history. But not all 1954 D nickels were born equal. Something remarkable happened that year in Denver. A subtle variation in strike quality, die alignment, and mint luster. Add to that, natural oxidation over 7 decades, leaving those mysterious brown speckles that collectors now obsess over, and you have a specimen that feels almost alive with time itself. Collectors know this isn't just a coin. It's a survivor, a messenger from a different America, the kind of artifact that reminds us that even everyday objects can become priceless when history breathes through them. What sets this 1954 D. Monticello apart? First, the mint mark D, placed just beside Monticello's dome, denotes the Denver Mint, a facility known for some of the most unpredictable coinage in mid-century America. The machinery, slightly worn from overuse during that era, occasionally struck the coins off-center or with faint detail, imperfections that now create collector gold. Second, the fine condition of this particular piece, despite its age, keeps its edges sharp, and Jefferson's features clear, a miracle of preservation. And those tiny brown oxidation spots, once considered flaws, they now enhance authenticity, signaling untouched originality, a patina that whispers, "I'm real, I'm old, I've lived." It's that rare balance, wear with dignity, history with personality, that transforms this coin into something worth chasing. Now here's where things take a thrilling turn. Over the past few years, the demand for 1950s Monticello nickels has exploded. American coin hunters, YouTube treasure seekers, and auction experts are all zeroing in on these mid-century specimens, especially those with natural toning and Denver Mint marks. Why? Because they are vanishing. Most were spent, melted, or lost. Finding one in fine condition today is like catching lightning in a bottle, And if it carries the right visual character, like our brown, speckled beauty, it becomes a magnet for collectors worldwide. In today's auction market, these coins are being fought over like fragments of a hidden empire. Bidding wars spark in seconds. Hands shake, hearts race, and when the hammer falls, silence. Then the realization hits. Someone just bought a nickel for more money than most people see in a year. And now brace yourself, because this isn't just an old coin. It's a treasure, a symbol of what patience, history, and luck can create when they collide. Today, in the heat of the American numismatic market, this 1954 D Monticello 5 cents with brown spots in fine condition is commanding a jaw-dropping $184,000. Yes, you heard that right, $184,000. A nickel that could once buy a candy bar now holds the power to change your destiny. And listen closely, this isn't fiction, this isn't internet myth. It's happening right now in real auctions, verified and rising. Its market value is climbing every single day. Each sale sets a new benchmark, each collector raises the stakes higher, and each discovery rewrites what 5 cents can truly mean. Owning this coin isn't just holding money, it's holding legacy. It's proof that even the smallest pieces of metal can carry the heartbeat of an era. If you're a coin enthusiast, or even just curious, start checking your old change, your family drawers, your childhood piggy banks. Look for that 1954 date, the D mint mark, and those unique brown oxidation spots. Handle carefully, never polish, and preserve the natural toning. Because if you stumble upon one like this, you're not just finding a coin, you're uncovering a sleeping fortune. And remember, values like this aren't dropping. The market trend is pointing upward. Collectors are competing harder than ever, and these mid-century nickels are the new frontier of American numismatics. So what have we learned from this legendary 1954 D Monticello nickel? That sometimes the greatest treasures aren't buried under mountains or locked in safes. They're sitting in plain sight, waiting for the right eyes to see their worth. Keep your curiosity alive, because this is just coin number 1. And if you thought this was shocking, wait till you see the others. The deeper we go, the rarer, more mysterious, and more unbelievably valuable these coins become. So stay tuned, because the next coin might just rewrite everything you thought you knew about US nickels. And remember, Secret of US Coins brings you fresh discoveries every single day. Don't blink. Don't miss what's next, because your next treasure might already be in your hands. Coin number 2. You thought the 1954 with D Monticello nickel was unbelievable? Hold your breath, because the next discovery will shake the very ground of American coin collecting. This is the 1959 Monticello 5 cents without a mint mark. A coin so mysterious, so quietly powerful, that even veteran collectors pause in awe when one appears. No mint mark, no clear origin, and yet its presence is felt like a whisper from history. At first glance, you'd think it's ordinary, another Jefferson nickel from the late 1950s, forged in the rhythm of a booming post-war America. But look closer, and something begins to change. The black speckles across its surface tell a different story, one of time, chemistry, and mystery. Those marks aren't flaws, they're fingerprints of survival. They've endured heat, humidity, circulation, and decades of American hands. And yet, this coin still holds its form, its character, its voice. This is not just metal. This is memory frozen in nickel and copper. 1959. America was roaring into a new era. Alaska was about to join the Union. The first color television broadcasts were spreading across homes. And deep inside the Philadelphia Mint, something quietly historic was happening. Coins rolled off presses with near-perfect consistency, but occasionally a batch was struck with minute variations. The Philadelphia Mint didn't stamp a mint mark, of course, but some of those no-mark coins had microscopic texture changes, faint strike pressure differences, or slight metal inconsistencies. And when time took its toll, some of them darkened, forming those haunting black oxidation spots that only true collectors recognize as natural aging signatures. To most people, it looks like wear. To an expert, it is proof of authenticity, the mark of untouched originality. That's what makes this 1959 no-mint Monticello so special. It's a relic of the purest minting tradition, simple, unmarked, and raw. Unlike the flashy mint marks of Denver or San Francisco, this coin bears no letter, only the strength of its design. The smooth field behind Jefferson's portrait, the precise font of Liberty 1959, the striking detail of Monticello on the reverse, all crafted in a style that defined mid-century American coinage. And yet, what gives this particular specimen its soul is its black toning. It's a natural oxidation that turns the silver-like surface into a dark, smoky beauty. Under light, it glows like twilight, a visual whisper of time itself. Every collector who has held one says the same thing. It feels different. That's not an exaggeration. It's real. The coin carries the aura of something that has seen life, survived generations, untouched, uncleaned, and defiant. Here's where it gets wild. For decades, the 1959 Monticello, without mint mark, was overlooked. Most people thought it was common. It wasn't until recent years, when numismatists began re-examining mid-century nickels, that this coin's true rarity came to light. The shocking discovery? Only a tiny fraction of these coins remain in fine condition with natural black patina intact. Most were cleaned, damaged, or worn beyond recognition. That's why today, collectors and auction houses alike are hunting them relentlessly. The Philadelphia Mint may have produced millions, but time has reduced the survivors to just a few, each one more precious than the last. When one of these rare fine-condition black-toned nickel surfaces, it doesn't sit still. It doesn't wait. It ignites a bidding war. And the final price? It's nothing short of staggering. Now let's talk about what makes hearts pound and headlines roar. Because this little coin, the 1959 Monticello 5 cents with no mint mark, fine condition, and black speckles, is now valued at a breathtaking $178,000 in today's numismatic market. That's right, $178,000. A piece of metal smaller than your thumb, but worth a fortune that could rewrite your future. And the best part, its value isn't slowing down. Every month, every major auction, every new discovery, the numbers go higher. This coin's market value is skyrocketing, and experts believe it is only the beginning. Don't take this as fantasy. This is pure, verified reality. These are the treasures that lie silently among us, waiting for someone with curiosity and courage to notice them. This coin isn't a dream, it's a treasure in disguise. So if you're watching this and thinking, how can I find one? Start where the legends begin. Search your old coin jars, estate sales, and family keepsakes. Pay attention to 1959 nickels without a mint mark, especially those with natural black toning. Never scrub or polish them. Cleaning removes the authenticity that gives them power. If you find one in fine or better condition, you are holding a piece of history that the market craves like fire. Protect it, grade it, and let its value mature, because this treasure's rise is only beginning. The 1959 Monticello 5 cents teaches one powerful truth. Sometimes, the simplest things hide the greatest rewards. No mint mark, no shine, no noise, just quiet strength, rare survival, and value that defies belief. So if you ever come across one of these black-toned beauties, remember this moment. Because what looks like a 5-cent coin might actually be a fortune wrapped in history. And we're only on coin number 2. What's next? The coins ahead will push rarity, mystery, and price to an entirely new level, the kind of discoveries that make the collecting world tremble. So stay tuned, because on Secret of US Coins, we uncover the unbelievable every single day. And the next one might just be the biggest shock yet. Coin number 3. Today, we're stepping back to 1939, into the very heart of American transformation, a time of economic recovery, of new beginnings, of whispers of war across the ocean. And deep inside the Philadelphia Mint, without any mint mark to reveal its birthplace, came one of the most hauntingly beautiful coins ever struck, the 1939 Monticello 5 cents. This coin carries something mysterious, something you can see. Its backside glimmers with a deep black layer, an oxidation so mesmerizing it looks like the coin itself has absorbed the night sky. This is not damage. This is not wear. This is history crystallized in color. And it's this strange, natural darkness combined with survival in fine condition that has turned this 1939 no-mint nickel into one of the most hunted treasures in the collector world today. The year was 1939, an era when the U.S. Mint was transitioning to new design techniques and experimenting with die sharpness. The Jefferson nickel, introduced just a few years earlier in 1938, was still in its infancy. Every strike that year was part of a learning curve, and that's where rarity was born. The Philadelphia Mint, which produced these no-mint mark coins, was known for its experimental polishing of dies. Some batches came out with slightly different metal reactions, leading to natural darkening or black layering on the reverse, especially over the Monticello dome and steps. This created subtle, one-of-a-kind surface textures. Some reflected light like silver, others absorbed it like smoke. The coin we're looking at today, fine condition, backside with that blackened patina, is one of those near-mythical survivors. It is not just a nickel, it is an artifact of evolution in American minting. Now, what makes this coin breathtaking isn't just its age or its survival, it's that black layer on the reverse. Collectors call it midnight toning, a dark, natural finish caused by oxidation through time, chemistry, and pure chance. It forms when nickel reacts with air and humidity over decades, bonding into the surface rather than corroding it. The result? A visual masterpiece. Monticello's building appears shadowed, mysterious, like it's been carved out of the night itself. Under the right light, it gleams faintly blue, then fades back to darkness. That depth, that color, that age, it's what collectors dream about. It's what gives this coin soul. And the fact that it survived since 1939, still in fine condition, is like finding a heartbeat inside history itself. For decades, this coin went unnoticed. Most people never even realized the 1939 no-mint Monticello had variations that made it unique. It circulated quietly, used in stores, vending machines, gas stations, until time began revealing its secrets. Now, collectors across the United States, from Florida to California, from eBay to elite auction houses, are hunting this coin. Because here's the truth. A fine condition 1939 Monticello with a naturally darkened reverse is an extreme rarity. The oxidation must be authentic, not cleaned, not polished, not artificial. It has to carry that deep, natural black patina, and the coin must still show Jefferson's sharp facial lines and Monticello's steps in detail. And when such a specimen appears, the market erupts. The bidding wars are fast and furious, because every collector knows when this coin appears, you don't wait. You fight for it. And now, the moment you have been waiting for. How much can one of these rare survivors command today? Are you ready? Because this 1939 Monticello 5 cents, without mint mark, black layered reverse, fine condition, is now standing tall in the auction world with an astonishing $198,500 market value. Yes, almost $200,000 for a coin most people would mistake for spare change. That's the power of hidden rarity, the power of something so quiet, it's explosive when discovered. And mark this down. Its value isn't just stable, it's soaring. The numismatic market for pre-war Monticellos is hotter than ever. Every sale resets the standard. Every new discovery sends waves through collector circles. This coin isn't a collectible anymore. It's an investment in American history. You're not just holding metal. You're holding a time capsule, a relic of 1939 that's whispering, "I survived, and I'm worth more every day." If you want to chase this kind of fortune, here's your golden insight. Focus your search on 1939 Monticello nickels without mint marks. Those are from the Philadelphia Mint. Flip them over and study the backside under a bright white light. Look for that natural black or smoky toning. It will appear like a shadow that does not rub off, usually centered around Monticello's dome and pillars. If your coin has that and still shows strong detail, don't clean it, don't touch it. Get it authenticated. You could be sitting on a six-figure treasure. And remember, collectors crave originality more than perfection. That dark layer that most people think looks odd, that is where the value hides. So what does the 1939 Monticello teach us? That not all beauty glitters. Sometimes, the real value lies in the darkness, in the imperfections time leaves behind. This coin is proof that history doesn't always shine bright. Sometimes it whispers through shadow, through patina, through mystery. And if you listen closely, that whisper might sound a lot like opportunity. Nearly $200,000 for a coin most people would overlook. That's not fiction. That's the living heartbeat of American coin history. And this, my friends, is only coin number 3. We're not even halfway through, and already we're standing on the edge of treasures that could rewrite numismatic history itself. So stay tuned, because the next discovery might just make the 1939 look ordinary. This is Secret of US. Coins where every day we reveal another hidden fortune, another untold story, another piece of American magic waiting to be found. Coin number 4. They said the age of rare nickels ended long ago. They said modern coins couldn't hold secrets like those of the past. But then came 1992. And this coin, this ordinary-looking Monticello 5 cents, proved them all wrong. It's the 1992 Monticello 5 cents, struck at the Philadelphia Mint, marked with that tiny but powerful P just beside Jefferson's portrait. And though millions rolled off the presses that year, only a few, like this one, darkened, naturally spotted, and preserved in fine condition, survived long enough to become true treasures of the modern minting era. At first glance, you might overlook it. It's new enough to feel familiar. But then you turn it in the light, and those black spots shimmer like ancient ink stains. They're not flaws, they're signatures. Proof that time itself has touched this piece. 1992 was a year of change. America was on the brink of a new century. Technology was advancing, coins were becoming machine-perfect, and the romance of minting seemed to fade. But deep in the Philadelphia Mint, machines were still vulnerable to the smallest imperfections, faint variations in strike pressure, temperature, and metal purity. That's where the story of this coin begins. The P mint mark identifies its birthplace, the city where America's coinage was born back in 1992. And fittingly, 200 years later, this coin carried the same legacy forward with a twist. Some 1992 nickels, especially early batch strikes, came out with slightly different nickel to copper bonding, a subtle anomaly that reacted differently to oxygen. Over decades, this created those mysterious black oxidation spots. They're unpredictable, they're rare, and they've made this particular 1992 Monticello one of the most visually captivating modern nickels in collector history. Take a closer look. Jefferson's face, still proud and distinct after more than 3 decades. The edges crisp, holding their integrity. The P mint mark, perfectly punched. And then the speckled surface, almost cosmic in its pattern, as if tiny constellations formed across the coin's skin. Collectors call this kind of natural patterning time toning. It is unpredictable, impossible to fake, and often breathtaking. When you see one like this, you're not just looking at a coin. You're looking at chemistry, history, and chance, all frozen in a single disc of metal. And because it's from 1992, a year most people never thought to save, finding one preserved like this, in fine condition, is like finding a whisper from the modern mint's past. You might think, it's from the 90s, how rare can it be? But here's where the surprise comes in. Out of millions minted, only a handful of 1992 Monticellos have been found with this exact combination. The P mint mark, fine-grade preservation, and deep black natural toning. That's what makes it special. Most nickels from the era were spent, scratched, or cleaned long ago. But this one survived, untouched, authentic, naturally aged, and now sits at the edge where modern history meets numismatic legend. Collectors across the United States are taking notice, because this coin isn't just about rarity, it's about proof that treasures still exist in our lifetime. Now here's the part that makes even veteran collectors lean forward. In recent verified auctions, coins of this type, 1992 Monticello, 5 cents, P mint mark, fine condition with those striking black oxidation marks, have reached prices as high as about $65,000. Yes, $65,000 for a coin that on paper should have been worth just 5 cents. And the momentum is real. Every year, modern condition anomalies like this are climbing in collector value, proving that even late-century nickels can become the treasures of tomorrow. Experts say these prices aren't the peak, they're just the beginning. Because the more collectors wake up to these hidden gems, the fewer there are to find. Here's what to look for. Search your change, your old rolls of nickels, even coin jars that haven't been touched since the 1990s. Focus on 1992 nickels with the P mint mark and inspect the surfaces carefully. If you notice black or dark gray spotting, don't clean it. That patina is your proof of age. Look for sharp detail around Jefferson's cheekbone and Monticello's pillars. That's what makes fine conditions stand out. Then, if you think you've found something, get it verified by a reputable grading service, PCGS, NGC, or ANACS. You might just be holding the next headline sale in your hand. This coin proves one thing beyond any doubt. You don't have to dig through centuries to find American treasure. Sometimes it's right here, hidden in the pockets of our own past. The 1992 Monticello 5 cents stands as proof that even the modern mint can surprise us, that even the youngest coins can carry the soul of rarity and the promise of fortune. And if this modern marvel can rise to $65,000 in today's market, imagine what waits in the coins still undiscovered. We're only just getting started, because here on Secret of US Coins, every single day, we uncover the next story, the next shock, the next forgotten miracle of American money. So stay tuned, because coin number 5 will take us even deeper into the mystery of Monticello. And trust me, you don't want to miss what's next. Coin number 5. Sometimes the most unforgettable treasures don't come from the far past. They come from the moments we think we already know. And tonight's discovery is exactly that. A coin so deceptively ordinary that millions passed it by until the truth emerged. This is the 1964 Monticello 5 cents. No mint mark, backside black layer, fine condition. Born in a year of turbulence and change, this coin carries the echo of the era itself, and it is rewriting what collectors thought they knew about modern US. Nickels, 1964. The Beatles had arrived, the Civil Rights Act was signed, and the US Mint was working overtime. It was the last full year before silver disappeared from circulating coins, and the nation was clinging to tradition. The Philadelphia Mint, which issued nickels without a mint mark, pushed its presses to capacity. Billions rolled off the lines, but among them, a few struck differently. Tiny variances in the metal blend, heat, and polish created a surface chemistry that would later form an enigmatic black layer on some reverses, a fingerprint of nature and time. Those few survivors became living time capsules, the dark nickels whispered about in collector circles. Hold one in the light and watch what happens. Monticello's columns glint through a smoky haze. Jefferson's profile gleams like silver against storm-gray clouds. The toning is neither dirt nor damage. It is the natural oxidation of nickel-copper alloy over 60 years of quiet life. Each coin tones differently. No two patterns are alike. That unpredictability, that artistry of nature, makes these pieces breathtaking. And finding one still in fine condition, edges crisp, design intact, is almost miraculous. Most 1964 nickels were pocket-worn or polished away decades ago. But this one survived untouched, original, and full of story. Because 1964 nickels were so common, collectors ignored them for years. Then came the re-evaluations. Grading services began noting unusual patina varieties and metal compositions. Suddenly, those few with dark, natural layering caught fire in the marketplace. Numismatics realized that authentic patina meant originality, that untouched black sheen proved a coin's unaltered journey since the day it left the press. Today, competition is fierce. Auction rooms and online platforms light up whenever a 1964 no-mint specimen with perfect toning appears. Prices leap, bidders battle, hearts pound. The ordinary year turned extraordinary. In recent verified sales, high-grade 1964 Monticello nickels without mint marks, showing that deep, natural black layer and preserved in fine condition, have reached about $142,000. That's right. What began as a 5-cent coin is now commanding six-figure respect. And experts believe its trajectory is still rising as collectors chase the few remaining untouched survivors. It's not fantasy, it's the unfolding reality of today's numismatic market. If you're hunting for one, look closely at every 1964 nickel you handle. No mint mark means Philadelphia origin. Examine the reverse. Do you see that deep, even black or charcoal tone that seems part of the metal itself? That is the key. Never clean it. Cleaning erases authenticity. Protect it, grade it, and keep it safe. You could be holding a cornerstone of 20th century coin history. And remember, true rarity hides in plain sight. It's patience and an eye for detail that uncover fortune. The 1964 Monticello 5 cents reminds us that not all treasure shines bright. Sometimes it is wrapped in darkness, carrying decades of quiet history on its surface. It bridges eras, the last breath of classic minting, meeting the dawn of modern America, and it rewards those who see beyond the obvious. Nearly $142,000 in recent auction highs, and its legend is only growing. A coin born in an age of change, still changing the way collectors think about value today. And this is just coin number 5. The story isn't slowing, it's building. The next discovery will push rarity to new extremes, revealing the hidden giants among America's nickels. Stay with me here on Secret of US. Coins, where every day brings a new revelation, a new thrill, a new treasure hiding in plain sight. Coin number 6. You'd never expect a modern coin, minted just 2 decades ago, to make seasoned collectors' jaws drop. But here we are. What if I told you that even in the 21st century, amid all the machines, lasers, and perfect presses, a few nickels escaped the mint with something unexplainably different? Something that now makes them worth tens of thousands of dollars? Tonight, we're diving deep into one of the most unexpected treasures of the modern minting age, the 2003 Monticello 5 cents with the P mint mark, carrying a lightly blackened layer that whispers of rarity, chemistry, and quiet evolution. This is not your pocket change. This is history reborn in metal, and its story is pure suspense. The early 2000s marked a technological leap for the US Mint. Advanced presses, digital engraving, microscopic accuracy, everything was designed for perfection. But perfection doesn't always mean predictability. In 2003, while the Philadelphia Mint's machines thundered day and night, a subtle variance in alloy composition and atmospheric exposure produced a breathtaking anomaly, a delicate black shimmer across some Monticello nickels. Collectors at first dismissed it as toning. But time proved it wasn't mere toning. It was a distinct metal oxidation pattern, forming a silky shadow over Jefferson's face and the Monticello dome. It's not dirt. It's art written by chemistry. When light hits it, the coin glows faintly gray-black, like moonlight filtered through smoke. The texture feels alive, not polished. The details of Monticello's steps remain clear, Jefferson's profile proud, untouched by wear. This light black layer is incredibly fragile. One rub, one cleaning cloth, and the phenomenon disappears forever. That's why so few genuine examples survive in fine condition today. To hold one is to see time condensed into metal, a perfect blend of modern minting precision and natural aging mystery. At first, no one paid attention. Why would they? It's a 2003 nickel. But as grading services began documenting metallic variants, collectors realized how little we truly knew about post-2000 mint anomalies. Now, the rare few 2003 with P nickels exhibiting that delicate, even black film, especially those preserved in fine condition, have become the holy grails of modern nickel collecting. Here is the text convert. Forums buzz, dealers watch closely, and when one surfaces, bidding wars erupt faster than you can refresh your screen. This is a young coin with an old soul, and the market is catching fire for it. In recent verified auctions, pristine examples of the 2003 with P Monticello nickel with this light, natural black layer have reached as high as about $45,000. Yes, a coin you might have once spent on a vending machine now carries the kind of prestige that can rewrite your perception of modern value. Experts agree this isn't the end of the climb. As time passes and more common nickels fade away, these few mysterious survivors will only become more desirable. It's not a fantasy, it's a treasure in progress. If you're a collector chasing modern rarities, start checking every 2003 with P nickel that crosses your path. Look for that light black or charcoal veil that doesn't wipe off, especially when the coin's luster still shines through. Never clean it, never polish it. Oxidation like this is nature's fingerprint of authenticity. Store it safely, grade it professionally, and watch its value mature over time. Remember, rarity isn't always about age, it's about uniqueness. And these coins prove it. The 2003 Monticello 5 cents P mint stands as proof that even in a digital age, mystery still exists in the minting world. A light shadow across nickel and copper. That's all it took to turn a simple 5-cent piece into a headline maker. Collectors now whisper its name with awe because it challenges the rules. New doesn't mean common, and modern doesn't mean cheap. With auction highs brushing $45,000, this coin is carving its place in history. One shimmer, one layer, one legend at a time. And that's only coin number 6. The journey isn't over. The final revelation is coming. The last coin in this list is going to leave you breathless. Stay right here on Secret of US Coins, where we uncover the truth, the thrill, and the treasures hiding in America's change every single day. Coin number 7. Sometimes the last story is the one that changes everything. Because this, my friends, is not just another nickel. This is the year 1993 Monticello 5 cents with the P mint mark, a coin born in quiet perfection and reborn as a phenomenon. The century was closing. Technology was racing ahead. But in one brief, almost accidental moment, the Philadelphia Mint created a small number of nickels that would one day command the kind of reverence usually reserved for centuries-old treasures. It was an era of precision engineering and national pride. The Mint was preparing for America's coin redesigns of the 2000s, testing dies, adjusting alloys, experimenting with polishing techniques. Most nickels came out flawless, too flawless to be noticed, but a handful showed faint tonal differences, slight shifts in reflectivity, and subtle composition irregularities that only years later revealed their true rarity. Among them, the 1993 with P. Monticello, a coin that somehow captured a perfect balance between metallic brilliance and natural tone. It looks simple, but its structure whispers of something more, an invisible fingerprint of an experimental era. Under magnification, Jefferson's portrait seems sharper, almost sculptural. The steps of Monticello are crisp, the fields shimmer with a mirrored satin sheen that refuses to dull. Collectors call it the ghost gloss. It's not proof-like, it's subtler, as if the metal itself remembers the moment it was struck. Finding one in fine, untouched condition is almost impossible today. Most 1993 nickels have been dulled, scratched, or corroded by circulation. The few survivors look untouched by time, carrying a quiet authority that demands attention the instant you tilt it toward the light. For years, nobody cared. Dealers passed over boxes of 1993 nickels, thinking they were ordinary. Then came the wake-up call. Grading services began logging minuscule differences in surface texture, showing that only a microscopic percentage matched this mysterious pattern. Word spread fast. Suddenly, a modern nickel was appearing in elite coin forums beside 19th-century rarities. Demand spiked. Collectors who once focused solely on silver and gold started chasing nickel. And when one of these 1993 with P beauties hit the open market, bidding erupted. The room changed. The chatter stopped. Everyone wanted to see how high the price could climb. In verified auctions, 1993 Monticello, 5 cents with P mint mark, preserved in fine condition with those razor-sharp details and untouched luster, have sold for as much as about $55,000. That's no exaggeration. For a coin barely 3 decades old, that figure shocked even veteran dealers. And analysts believe the value will continue to rise as collectors realize how few pristine examples still exist. What started as a 5-cent coin now represents a gateway to a small fortune, a modern legend in the making. If you're looking for one, start with rolls from the early 1990s. Focus on Philadelphia issues. The P mint mark just beside Monticello's right side on the reverse. Examine the surface under gentle light. You want that deep, even luster, not a mirror, but a satin reflection that shifts like mist. Avoid cleaned pieces. Cleaning kills the authenticity and reduces collector trust. And once you find one, protect it immediately. Use acid-free flips or hard capsules. Then get it graded, because an authenticated example could one day be your ticket into the six-figure club of nickel collectors. The 1993 Monticello with P nickel closes our list, not quietly, but triumphantly. It proves that treasure doesn't always rest in centuries past. Sometimes it's hidden in our own lifetimes, waiting for someone with vision and patience to uncover it. With auction highs around $55,000 and momentum still building, this coin has secured its place among the Elite 7 we've uncovered tonight. So as the final frame fades, remember this. In every pocket, every old jar, every forgotten roll of change, history may be sleeping. And one day, that little round of metal might just change your life. Stay tuned to Secret of US Coins, where every day we reveal another mystery, another spark of history, another chance to find your own hidden fortune.